Good morning, Foray. How are you all? I hope you are all excited for today, the same way as me. Today is our last day of learning this week, and the weekend starts today after we have all finished our work. So I'm really excited, really looking forward to the weekend, and I hope you guys are looking forward to. And I also hope that all of you are going to relax. As usual, there is no homework for the weekend, so please don't worry about that. You will have a chance on Sunday to do your homework just like last week. If there is another day for that, I will let you know, but for now it will be Sunday. But there is literally no homework. The answer key for this week's homework will be for the pupil book will be uploaded on Sunday. All right, anyway, let's start with our schedule. Let's take a look at what we're going to be doing today. So this week has somehow been easy on you, and most of the days, I'm sorry, you have been saying that the work has been very easy, the day was too easy. Well, today is not going to be that easy, trust me. However, I hope you still enjoy your work. Okay, so your first two lessons will be English writing. And last week you completed your information writing, and this week we are actually going to focus on a newspaper report writing. You will actually be writing a newspaper report or a newspaper article. You already tried a bit of that in your doing your PowerPoint presentations in ICT, but this time you will have to do it in proper writing. This week we are just focusing on kind of the features of newspaper writing, newspaper article writing, and basically on the structure, kind of brainstorming and preparing, and next week you will be actually writing your final piece. Okay, so guys, for writing, there will be 4 activities. The fourth activity is optional. You don't have to do that if you don't want to. If you find yourself that you are bored, you have nothing to do between your lessons, then definitely do the fourth activity. However, you are obliged to do the 3. I just want to quickly tell you about all 3 so you kind of have a clear idea before you start everything. So basically, activity number 1, you will, in activity number 1, you will read a newspaper article, okay? And then you will have to answer questions, okay? Who is the article about? You will have like a multiple choice. You will have things to choose from. You will have to choose who was the story about, what, why, when, where, and how. You will have multiple choice, choose one from the list, and then you can take a look at the answer key. So that's your first activity. Then you will have to do activity 2, which is, again, you will have to reread that newspaper article, which is about William the Conqueror. And this time you will have question. Who is the report about? You will have to write down who is the actual newspaper report about William this. And guys, you must answer with full sentences. I will not accept work from you. Actually, you don't have to submit this, but please, you know that in general, I don't accept when you don't answer in full sentences. So if the question is, who is the report about? You must say, this report is about William the Conqueror. Okay, that's your activity 2. Activity 3. This activity will have to be submitted on ClassDojo. Okay, what is this activity about? So basically, you will have to create your own success criteria. So if you remember in the class, and if you actually look through your extended writing notebook, you will see that each of your topics had a kind of sorry, not sure if you can see it, probably not. Okay, I'm sorry, you can't see it on my phone, but anyway, you have like a little checklist. Do you remember when we were checking, we had a checklist of what features each writing must have, and we were just ticking in case you had this feature in your text. So this time, you will be creating success criteria of a newspaper report, okay? So you must think about what features must a newspaper article have, okay? You have a hint on the PowerPoint, on the slide, that says a feature is a distinctive attribute of something, for example, title. That means a newspaper article must have a title, right? So that's success criteria number one, title. You must write the feature and an example. So if my feature that I just came up with is title, next to it, I will write example. For example, newspaper article title, a volcano erupts in Abu Dhabi. Okay, then I will think of another feature. Guys, if you're not sure about the features of a newspaper article, you can just go back. Actually, Miss Shireen talks about that earlier on, and it's also on the PowerPoint, so you will find it there. You won't get lost. And then there is a fourth activity, okay? You will imagine that you are a reporter at the scene at the scene in England, and you write up a fictional report based on William the Conqueror. You will be writing an actual report, all right? So that is optional for you. So these will be your first two lessons tomorrow. Your third lesson will be Arabic, and the fourth lesson will be maths. In maths, you will recall times tables. This time, it's like a recap from the whole week, so you will be doing all of the numbers. Now you won't be just focusing on 3, 6, 4, 8. You will be generally revising all your times tables up to number 10. And I do hope you enjoy this, and I do hope it's an easy activity for you. All right, then lesson number 5 is PSE or Islamic. Of course, I don't know about the topics in Islamic. I just know that in PSE, we will be focusing again on online safety. Also, students who take PSE will have to submit a picture of their activity online. So please send it to me so I can write a feedback on it. All right, and then we have social studies. So in social studies, it will be the last lesson on the Roman Empire. Next week, you will start with geography. But anyway, you will have to design a poster about a Roman bath. You will have to imagine that you are an owner of a Roman bath, and you will have to make a poster about your place and design it. So you will see the instructions in the video, and you will have to submit that too. Okay, good. Now, our riddle from yesterday. So I had 14 comments in total from you regarding the riddle from yesterday. So the riddle was, I just want to read it out correctly and make sure it's exactly that. So some reason. Oh, there we go. What can you hear but not see and touch, even though you can control it? So the right answer was your voice. Many of you wrote a voice, some of you wrote sound. Yes, we can control the sound. For example, if I'm playing a sound with my speaker, I can control the volume. So sound, voice were all correct. Most of you wrote that answer, so well done. So I'm just going to make it a little bit more difficult for you today. And I'm going to ask you, Mr. Blue lives in the blue house. Mrs. Yellow lives in the yellow house. Mr. Orange lives in the orange house. Who lives in the white house? Once again, Mr. Blue lives in the blue house. Mrs. Yellow lives in the yellow house. Mr. Orange lives in the orange house. Who lives in the white house? Please comment your answer below where I posted the video. And guys, today will not be story reading, but I decided I want to make it a little bit more educational, and I would like to just read out some interesting facts for you, especially science facts. I know you all like science, so this should all be interesting to you. I'm going to read out some interesting facts, and along with your answer, okay, to my riddle, I would just like you to mention which one of the facts, interesting facts I mentioned did you like the most, okay? So I'm gonna read just a couple of interesting facts about the human body. Since we're learning about the digestive system, I thought it would be a good idea. So, did you know that your heart beats around 100,000 times a day and 36,500,000 times a year and over a billion times if you live beyond the age of 30? Okay, the smallest bone found in the human body is located in the middle of the ear. The staples or stirrup bone is only 2.8 millimeters long. Um, your nose and ears continue growing throughout your entire life. And did you know that infants, babies, blink only once or twice a minute, while adults on average, blink around 10 times. So you know what a blink is? Blink is when we do this, right? So babies only blink once or twice a minute, whereas us adults, when we grow up, we blink about 10 times a minute, 10 times more than babies. Um, so as well as having unique fingerprints. So guys, when you actually put a fingerprint somewhere, you know that everyone in this world has a different fingerprint. No one has an identical. So let's say I have a fingerprint somewhere, like in a database. No one will ever find a same matching fingerprint as me. Every human on this planet has a very unique fingerprint. So as well as having unique fingerprints, humans also have unique tongue prints. So if you stick your tongue out and put a print somewhere, no one will match yours. You have your own unique tongue print. All right. The left side of your body is controlled by the right side of your brain, while the right side of your body is controlled by the left side of your brain. And did you know that it takes the body around 12 hours to completely digest eaten food? So if you ate something at 8 o'clock in the morning, you will not digest it until 8 o'clock in the evening. All right, these are our science interesting facts about human body. Please let me know which one did you like the most, or which one was the most fascinating or most interesting. And as usual, I'm wishing you a great day ahead. I hope everything is easy enough. Of course, I will meet you on Teams at 2 o'clock so we can go through things that were kind of tricky that day. All right, have a great day.